Welcome back, everybody. So it's July 25, and we're a little bit into summer, and it's been extremely hot. So I'm going to give you a little update on how the plants have been reacting. So here's my rose apple. It has grown dramatically since the last video. It's way up there, reaching the roof. Still has not flowered for me. I've been reading that the species I think it's a Cesium jumbo, not to be confused with wax jambu, totally different. I mean, they're related, but this is a different species, tastes different, looks different. But I've been reading that this one doesn't really, it's not really good at flowering and fruiting. Yeah. But it's really good in our climate. It grows all year. It's fantastic. It grows very fast. This one was like a little, let's say it's like a 1 foot tall, like a year and a half ago in a pot. I put it in the ground down there. And this is just a year and a half in the ground. So, very vigorous, not a good fruiter. Okay, I'll jump into how I normally do. Here's the canistel. It's a bit taller than last time. It flowered prolifically. It smells really good, like a really musky vanilla. And I removed all the flowers on the exterior, and I left like 3 fruitlets in the very core because this is the street. I don't want to lose them. I never tasted them before, so I'm really excited. And it's doing a lot of new growth on the tips of the plant. It's getting pretty tall. Okay. Over here are the papayas. They finished for the year in terms of last year's crop. I got like maybe, 150 papayas. They were fantastic. Everyone loved them. You know that everyone in San Diego has been having regular bowel movements. So it's been great. These are the Hawaiian papayas, and they were probably the best tasting. They were very sweet. They were like maybe exactly the same or a tiny bit sweeter than the ones you get at the store. So they're very good. It's been suggested that papayas grown in California aren't as sweet as in the tropics, and that's definitely not true. Although I can say that I have one papaya, and not anymore, now it's in the sun, but last year it was completely in full shade, that one right there. And the fruits from that papaya did not taste good. They tasted like a papaya with 0 sugar, so it was not tasty. Over there's my Inga ice cream bean. I'm probably gonna take that out eventually. It's just too vigorous, and it's like cool to give to people, but no one really likes it. It just tastes like sweet, It's weird, but I want to replace with something more fun like mango, or I have a lot of really cool things in pots that once they get tall enough to replace that, I'm probably going to replace it with them, like my mamey sapote, my anona reticulata. Okay, let's move on. And these papayas are getting really tall. I'm kind of afraid one day they're going to crash down on me if it storms. There's my white sapotes. I've been getting some every day. There's a ton. You really got to check them every single day because they crash to the ground and they smash. Yeah. There's peppers. It's basically a weed. This is my lychee. I messed up. I got weak, and you know how I was bragging about how I don't fertilize it, and it loved that. It didn't flower last winter, and I thought maybe it's because it's missing some nutrients, So I fertilized it very gently, very lightly, and then I started doing this, leaf cycling, and it's doing kind of new growth, but it's like dropping its old leaves, which I would say is not a great leaf flush, It's because I fertilized. I shouldn't have. So learn from my mistake. New papaya, the old papaya. This one's weird. This one, the fruits, all of them, they have no seeds. So strange. It's pretty tasty too. So it's pretty convenient if you don't like the seeds of a papaya. I'm not going to be able to propagate it because it has no seeds. So I guess this is it. Okay, this side over here. So that avocado, I have a lot to talk about. It's fruiting. I let set too many fruits. It dropped like 100, half-size fruits. I'll get to it. This avocado, I didn't let fruit this year. This is a lamb Hass. It's getting big though, huh? Next year I'll let it give me a couple fruits. Those are my 2 Manila mangoes. You can see they're growing pretty dramatically. They grow a ton in the peak of summer and into winter. Otherwise they don't do a ton, and they're growing a lot. My guess is they're going to be like here by the end of summer. They're gonna be big and bushy. They grow faster in the summer. There's a new papaya. Okay, I'll show you guys that one. Maybe I shouldn't go on this side, there's a dog. Okay, so that is an avocado tree from the other side. There's a ton of huge avocados on it. This is Surprise. Yeah. There's a ton if you look inside. Probably too many. I've already removed like hundreds. Next year, I'm gonna be much more vigorous with removing them because you see how it doesn't look as lush as before. I think it's putting a lot of its energy into these avocados. I think I just left too many. You know, I got too excited. It's not fruited for me before. You know, it's kind of its fault, honestly. My mangoes. Not that you guys care, but I have two Pichardia hillebrandii, some palm tree from Hawaii. Okay. And then there's that papaya's getting pretty big, huh? And this is probably the biggest papayas from this year so far. Actually, no, there's some bigger ones in the back. My two king palms. My ice cream bean. My two white sapotes. Papaya. More papayas over here. Okay, over here. This pineapple has been here for like 2 years and it hasn't done a ton. I'm really disappointed. Seems like everybody in California has a pineapple that's fruiting and mine just doesn't. It doesn't do a ton. It just sits there. I would swear it's not alive, but it shoots out new fronds, so, or whatever they're called. So this is not the cluster of bananas that I showed in the last video. That one ripened. I ate that. This is a new one, so pretty exciting. In fact, I would say, even though they're kind of square looking, it kind of looks like they're almost getting ready. Like if you look at the kind of, I don't know, there's little hints of yellow. I don't know. I suspect it's gonna ripen pretty soon. You see how I cleaned this out? Isn't it a lot nicer looking? It was crazy. I just have random stuff over there. Cherimoya, papayas. I love this. I love all my seedling mangoes. They're so strong and pretty. Okay. These ice cream beans. There's always ice cream beans on it. Okay. The canistel. And there it all is. You know, now the trees are getting older, I don't really buy mulch. I get a ton of mulch from the trees themselves. You know, there's some bananas there and just pieces of all the plants. So it's pretty thick, you know. But it decomposes pretty fast too. So it's not just suffocating them, you know, it's decomposing. It's becoming soil, or at least organic material on top of the soil. Okay. Down here I have a lot of my shade potted plants. My like long-term projects. This is my seashore mangosteen. Yeah, I know it doesn't look that great down here. I don't know. It did this during winter, so I suspect that it's winter's fault. But look at that. 1, 2, 3 new branches at once. It's never done that before. You know, Garcinias grow very slow, so I think this means like a new level of maturity. I'm very excited. This one, I want to talk about this one. This is my lemon drop mangosteen. Like, why is it doing all that? I mean, I know I should probably get rid of that grass, but I'm not in love with this one. It's rude. There's like a cow over there. I don't know why it's so yellow. You know, people say it's an iron deficiency. What does that even mean? How do you give a plant iron? I don't have time for that. But there it is. It's just a orchid. Okay, see all these fruits? You gotta check them every day. These white sapotes. I think one down here like crashed to the ground. See right there? It's gross. Okay, and one last thing I wanted to point out in the front yard is these guys here. I can't remember what species it is, but it's a bromeliad. Isn't it so pretty? So I bought one that was already flowering like this from, like, it was an indoor plant like 2 years ago, and I planted it in the back, and then it produced like 7 pups, and this is one of the pups. I transplanted it here. I transplanted like 4 more in the front yard. I'll show you guys. They're all flowering. I think they're all flowering because all these like rotten, like half-baked avocados, you know, I think the ethylene is provoking it to do that. But what's really cool is because it's going to produce its own colony, I imagine, like down here once it's ready. It's only been here for a couple months, so probably not like yet, but soon. I think bromeliads produce their pups during the winter, so I expect that in the winter. But it's not so pretty. There's a bunch of them. I'll show you some more. Oh, and there's my vanilla orchid. Okay. And there's one here. See it? And there's one hidden over here. Oh, wait a second. Why does the flower look dead? It was pink before. What does that mean? What the? Oh. Ow. There's a lot of pokey things in here. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. That's not right. There's another one over here. This one's been here for longer though. I transplanted this when it was too little of a pup, but actually it produced like another baby. Where is it? There it is. Is that cool? Right there. Okay, over here we have my yellow fruit soursop. Isn't it getting bigger? Huh? Look at that. Quite a trunk. I think by next year I'm gonna get flowers. That's what I think. It's looking so good, huh? Very exciting. Here is my Rollinia. It's looking really good. It wasn't looking good all year. Even last summer it wasn't looking good. And now it's looking good. It doesn't have quite the same trunk as that one, but it's taller. Very exciting. This is my mame sapote. I accidentally kicked it and knocked it over, and I might have disturbed it a little bit, so it might be a little bit set back, more than you'd expect. But up here, if you look, it's kind of hard to get up here. It's really tall nowadays. Look, it's branching. Isn't that cool? I can't even see up here, so you guys can see up here, but I can't even see. So I can't even narrate what's happening up there until I watch later. But yeah, it's my mame sapote. I'm probably gonna replace the Inga in the front yard with this guy. Like, look at that trunk. Quite a trunk. And there's a lot. There's like at least 2 or 3 mame sapotes in my neighborhood that I know of, and so they look good all year. So I'm willing to put that in the front yard. This is my Annona reticulata. This one's really exciting. This one's relatively new. I got this in the fall. Doesn't it look good? It's so healthy. And guess what? Wait to see this. Look at. Amazing, huh? Wait. Give you guys a good look. Look at that. A fruitlet. I cannot get to focus. But you get the idea. Okay, it's big. It's good. It's set. It's staying there for life. And it needs a much bigger pot. So honestly, tonight I'm gonna go get it a much bigger pot. I would put it in the ground, but I've heard that they're partially deciduous during the winter, and I don't want to deal with that. That's too ugly for me. He can stay in the side yard, giving me fruit, unless he can prove to me that he's gonna stay beautiful during the winter. Okay. This is a cinnamon. You know, I don't even know why I got a cinnamon. It's Ceylon cinnamon. I don't even know why I got it. I don't even use cinnamon. Maybe put in coffee, but like I don't know why I got this, but here it is. Okay, and now we're arriving in the backyard. So here we have my big potted Saba jabuticaba. Okay, this is my Monstera deliciosa, and it's flowering like crazy. I'll show you in a second. Okay, so my dragon fruit, it fruited for me already. I already got one. There's 2 fruits up there. Pink blueberries, strawberries. Look at that. It's big, huh? No flowers yet, but maybe next year. Look at that trunk. Yeah. Here, a really nice person online just sent them to me. You meet a lot of really nice people in like the gardening world. So I'm very excited about these guys. I haven't even had time to like, research them fully, but I've acclimated them to part sun now. I'll just put the names of the species over because I can't remember them off the top of my head or which one's which. Very excited. Okay, my Monstera deliciosa. Look at those flowers. Isn't that cool? Look at that. They're edible. It becomes a fruit, I guess, at some point. Who knows? We'll see. Supposedly it's very tasty, and like glass shards if it doesn't ripen properly. Okay. Let's walk through. So this is my backyard. Things have grown in quite a bit. Okay. So on this side, because it was such a warm winter, all my temperate trees, they didn't flower at all. My plum didn't do a thing. My apple obviously didn't do a thing. My Asian pear, it actually has a fruit on it, but it doesn't look healthy. Okay. And then over here, my wax bamboo is thriving. It already gave me some fruits this year. I'll put the picture over in a second. But look at that. This is my wax bamboo. I love this tree. Getting fruits from this tree, I gotta be vigilant. Not my wax bamboo. Okay. And getting fruits from this tree, I mean, for me, that's like the end all be all. Like, It's my favorite fruit. They're super expensive from the store. They're not good from the store, but you know that good varieties exist. This is one of them. This is my red Thai jumbo. It was so good. It was everything I wanted. It was the best. And it's such a strong, vigorous tree now. It's been in the ground for quite a bit of time. It's been trying to flower again, and I've been removing them. I just want it to focus on itself now. I want to spend the rest of the year just like really bushing up. I want it to be like here by the end of summer, and I think that's reasonable. Okay. I have shampoo gingers here. I know it's not edible, but it's kind of fun, huh? Watermelon. Back there is my black Suriname cherry, and I discovered something really funny. So see it back there? It's getting big. Maybe it's obvious, but if you leave them on there once they're purple, they turn like black, like a true deep dark black, and they're so tasty. They taste like really sweet. Like there's zero what's the term, like I don't know what it is, but the pungency, there's zero of that. It's just really sweet, like a really sugary berry, which is exciting because they're pretty productive. And so I'm gonna let it get big, and I'm gonna let it produce those black berries. And I don't know, it's just really exciting, I think, because like I hate temperate plants. They're so annoying. They're so fickle, you know. But tropical plants, like once you get them going, they're going, you know. And there's another papaya. This is my black sapote. Look at that. Let me back up a little bit so you can see it. That black sapote in these last couple months just really took off. It's really tall. I mean, I don't know, 10 feet tall, and it's loaded with fruits. I don't know. I think I only put it in the ground last spring. Not this spring, but last spring. So I think it really has like acclimated to being in the ground. And yeah, it's doing really good. It's huge. So pretty exciting. This is a seed grown mango. Look at that. Isn't that fun? It's like going again. It just did this, and now it's doing the next flush. So it's growing pretty quickly. It's only like, I think it's 2 years old. So yeah, I love seed grown mangoes. It's just so exciting because like they're tough. They're not weak like these ones you get from the store or the grafted ones, God forbid. Okay. And then don't ask me about my impassions. Don't ask me about them. Somebody was taking care of the house while I was in China, and they didn't water them enough. And impassions, they tell on you. And this is not how I left them. This is how they looked before. And the part that gets a lot of sun, not looking good. Yeah, it's a sore spot for me. Okay, here is my Ruby Supreme Guava. It's just loaded with fruits. Maybe I have too many. I don't know. Can guavas be overloaded? I don't know. I'll find out. It has tons and tons of fruits. I mean, it's just going crazy. I'm constantly pruning it back because I want these guys to get some sun. So here is let's do this one first. This is a coffee plant, and look at all the fruits. Yeah, what I have to say about this plant is I don't recommend it. You know, coffee's like cool. People think it's impressive, but when you get all these fruits, I get hundreds now. This is just like I already been harvesting them. There's just some more every day, and it's flowering up here. They just get big, you know, and people will pretend that they care that you have a coffee plant, but when you get the berries, nobody wants to roast them. It's like one of those plants where like coffee's only good if like a professional makes it with like professional equipment. It's not good when you make it at home. So I don't recommend that one actually. It's pretty though. It's like a novelty. You have a lot of space, but I do not. And so like, I don't know. I'm not gonna get rid of it because I love it, but I don't recommend it. This is my Luke's Garcinia. It already did like a flush, I think, since I last spoke to you guys. I'm waiting for its next flush. Yeah, it's looking good, huh? I think maybe not this year, but next year for sure. I think it'll flower for the first time. Like it's getting to the right size, right? It's pretty tall. It's like 4.5 feet tall, 5. I can't tell. It goes down there pretty deep. Yeah, so I'm waiting for the next flush. It should flush soon. They're pretty they keep to a schedule. This is my fuck ass papaya. So this is one of my cherimoyas. So in the last video, there's tons of flowers right here, right? They all set. So I'll show you guys. I figured out a technique to get them to always set fruit. And basically, if you just when they're in the female stage, just rip off all the the pieces, and you just shove male pollen up there, and every time it'll take. Don't leave the petals on. You should remove them. It doesn't harm them at all. So there's a ton of fruit set. Here's one here. There's one here somewhere. There's one here. There's one here. One here. Aren't I good? One here. I'm like so good. There's one here. These are all the ones I can reach, you know, and up there is nothing because I can't reach up there. I swear there's more in here. There's one there. Anyways, you know, this has been a really good year for pothos. Look at my pothos. Isn't that cool? The leaves are starting to get really big. It's hard to show you guys, but they're really climbing. Yeah, and I get some tape to help hold it up. This is my passion fruit and tomatoes. This is just, it's ugly, but like, you know, I'm just trying to get some food. Okay, and that's the backyard. Or at least this is the center of the backyard. Here is my pomegranate. It really did not do well this year in terms of fruit set because it was a really warm winter. It never dropped its leaves, but there's 2 fruits here. And honestly, that is fine. You know, nobody needs more than 2 pomegranates. Okay. A little blue structure. Isn't it cute? I love being in there. I transplanted these. I took that from the Maine Monstera Deliciosa, like back in the late winter. And I put it there, I put one there, and they're leafing out a ton, so it took pretty readily. Okay, and back here is a kefir pear, and look, it has fruit on it. Look at that. Amazing. Yeah, it's doing good, huh? This is a cherimoya. I have tons of these. I'm gonna graft them with really cool, like, Atomoya varieties. I love the chewy ones. This is a jujube. It never grows, it just fruits a ton, and that's fine, because jujubes are kind of ugly, so I just want the fruit. You know, it's doing a good job. Whatever's doing, I like it. It's all good. I don't want to talk about this guy. I don't like him. This is my first experience with a mango. I don't want to, he's grafted. I don't want to talk about him. He can spend a couple years here, and then we can discuss him. This is the rootstock. This is the graft. This is the last piece of the graft that's still alive. I don't want to talk about him. This is a cherry tree, and this is it's like 3rd year, not fruiting, of course. And so I'll probably take him out, because honestly, he's not even pretty. He's not even pretty. This is my huge peach tree. It's a Babcock peach tree. And because of the warm winter, it gave me 1 fruit. 1. And it was kind of small, but it was so good, unfortunately, you know. So maybe it'll fruit more next year because it'll be cooler next year. Who knows? But really disappointing because peaches are so good. And this was one of the best, like, lowest chill hour varieties of the white peach that I read. So whatever. This is not the typical acai. This is related acai. This is Erturpia edulis, and it's just not doing well. It doesn't do anything. It's been there for like 2 years, so it doesn't do anything. Anyways, I have tons of little papaya babies popping up everywhere. Look at this. Because whenever I eat them, whenever I get the seeds, I just throw them in the ground, and so I like to do it the natural way. So if you guys thought there was a lot of papayas last year, just wait. You know, like, there's going to be no constipation in San Diego next year. You know, maybe even all of SoCal. We'll see. What's up here? Another cherimoya. Get some tall, huh? This is my persimmon. I removed all the flowers. I didn't let it set fruit this year. Next year. This is just that Mexican papaya. It's big as hell. You know, that's the next crop for next year. Okay. Look at this. Oh, my pothos so cool. They're going crazy this year. Look at how big the leaves are. Look at that. Amazing. It's climbing up this mango. Yeah, that mango's fun. I think I'm gonna have that mango like tied to this pergola and kind of have mangoes hanging all over here. That'll be fun eventually. This is just ginger, shell ginger, being kind of dominated by all the pothos on the ground. Yeah. Okay, let's head over to the backpack. As you can see, I'm kind of limited with my space. Oh my god, they're almost touching the power lines, the cherimoya. I'll have to cut those down. So the papayas, oh my god. And I can't even cut those. Well, I could, but they'll get ugly. Okay, well, I'll deal with that later. You can see my coconuts. They're getting big. There's no space for them. That's my little blood orange. It's growing quite a bit for the first time ever. I don't usually keep it here, but I'm just getting it out of the way for the video. Okay, and there's my coconuts. That's the big one. And That is the smaller green one, and that is a potted yellow one. Okay. There is my sapolia, and it was doing really well. It was flowering. I was gonna let it give me a fruit, and then, so see that pot? It's a nice, expensive talavera pot, and basically a little tiny drainage hole at the bottom, and it flooded. It got blocked and it flooded, and it was drowning for months. And now it's just like mangly looking. It just needs like another year to recover, unfortunately. I smashed the bottom, so whatever. It's behind. We'll survive. And yeah, this is the coconuts. I'm gonna try to get a better view. It's really hard to see them. They're really big. This one is like a year older than that one. This one and the yellow one in the pot, they get white fly infestation really badly. Usually just during the winter, but I'm seeing it right now. And I ran out of insecticide. I'll have to figure that out soon. Yeah. It's getting big, huh? It's hard to show how large it is on camera. I mean, that fence is like almost 6 foot tall. So. And there's actually a tiny bit of trunk. Look, see that sliver right there? That sliver? Trunk. Cool, huh? I don't know if that is big enough for it for life, but I don't know what to do with it otherwise. I mean, there's obviously no space, as you can tell. So, yeah, this is the coconuts. This is a lemon guava. I'm trying to not let it flower and fruit this year because it just has refused to like grow, These are jackfruits. This one's grafted. It's the Orange Crush. And then these ones are just from the grocery store. Seedlings from the grocery store. They're the ones that kind of taste like bubble gum. Yeah, this is pretty cool, huh? It's really tall. Okay, and that's kind of everything. I'll show you the trunk. Give you like a coconut trunk update. So there it is. Cool, huh? There's the coconuts. Potted one. Biggest and ground one. There's a little baby green one back there. The jackfruits. Yeah, that's everything.